All right, guys, let's go take a look at all these quantum names. I know over the weekend, everybody was super bearish, showing the headquarter photos of these companies, saying that these are only like on paper. In reality, none of them have any product. But I want to share, we talked about this one. If you're new here, we talked about these early on, pump and dump, IV crush, but summertime, I kind of like stopped watching these. Like if you go take a look at it, March, July, Rigetti, September, so in July I covered a little bit. And then very recently I uploaded this where I was sharing the sells. A lot of dumping was happening, and I was sharing these and saying that it's just a matter of time when these stocks will essentially trade lower below these block trades where, large historic large orders were coming in, and if the price goes below these levels, in Rigetti's case, I'm not gonna short like all-time highs or when it's running away. I have shared it many times with Carvana, where if you go take a look at my Twitter, you don't short it when it's going up. You short it when it cracks. Same situation. So for Rigetti, for me, the short would be anything below 30. I know it's trading at 40, 41 right now. How far can it go? So I take these 1 day at a time. So year to date, 171%. Today it's up another 3.5%. But daily range, this is what I'm going to watch. This is what I watch in a day-to-day basis. This is what I pay attention to. ATR, average to range. This is the volatility in the last 12 days. This is the range it has for the day. So if you're coming in and trading this stock, essentially from what I do is I just measure the low of a day, 38, 40-ish, and then I measure it to the top where it's trading. So far today, from the top to bottom, stock has moved $3.15. Stock has $2.9 range in the past 14 days. It doesn't mean that it has to move exactly this much, but for me, that's a big pretty much indicator to trade. So let's say I thought I was long, let's say in the morning, and I bought the dip. I would have taken my profit right there and thought that, okay, this is it. After this, any move is pretty much outside of the range, and it can definitely squeeze more and pretty much trade with 2 standard deviation. But this is what I'm watching essentially. So 1 standard deviation move every single day. If it wants to keep melting higher like this, just like it did yesterday, the day before yesterday, this is what I would be watching. Another thing I keep an eye on is option activity. Are people still betting to the upside? So I come in, take a look at the net premiums. Yes, people were pretty much buying calls in the last 3 days. Right there before breakout, people were buying puts too, and then now people pretty much selling puts in the last 2 days. Another thing I keep an eye on is short volume, RGTI. You can check it yourself, chartexchange.com. I check daily borrowing rates, and if I see available shares to short very low, I know some platforms will allow to locate them easily. So any institution or anybody who wants to short it big, they can still locate it. But if it's just hard to borrow and borrow availability of shares are low, that's a recipe to squeeze higher. So, and then I check the daily short volume, and I'll take a look at it here. If it's not an accurate data, but if I see short volume go lower on a daily, that means shorts are covering. But if it keeps going higher and higher and stock price keeps going higher and higher, then I will know that, anybody who is shorting it with naked shares, they're just averaging up essentially. They're just averaging their cost up and up and up. and some have really deep pockets and they can keep doing it for years. I have talked about this one many times too. Like funds, I mean, if they were short, let's say right around here, $20-$30 levels, some will not get shaken out when price goes higher. They will just keep averaging down. They will just averaging up. They will just keep shorting right here, shorting right here, shorting right here, and their pretty much cost basis will go higher. But they're not gonna get scared of these moves. Of course, when these go parabolic, by parabolic I mean moving like 20, 30%, 40%, maybe even at some point these stocks could move even 100% a day. That's when they will blow up, and that will show you the sign that okay, now this, I mean, you can play definitely the reversal where somebody blew up already and there's not much of a shorts left because everybody covered, and at the same time there's not much of a actual buyers at the higher prices. So yeah, retail can chase it for so long, but if it gets, let's say, extreme, I mean, at some point, I mean, supply demand, there will be more sellers than buyers. Then you will see the price reverse right back down. But so far, I think I traded Rigetti, lost money, not chasing it. I gave it a shot on Qubit, and yeah, I lost money on that one too. And I was going with small sizes, but even small sizes hurt. And made my back all of the losses that I hit on NNE, which is another sector. These nuclear names, I mean, these will go bananas as well because AI theme is still hot. Today, AMD, OpenAI deal. I mean, this is all bullish for these stocks, these energy stocks, regardless if they're on paper or not. I mean, if people are willing to pay, if there are people willing to chase, I mean, take a look at Oklo. I mean, sure, these will exhaust at some point, but if they keep pushing higher, I mean, you don't want to be the one who's trying to find the top. So another thing I wanted to say here is you want to keep an eye on conferences, right? Quantum conferences, I mean, these can just melt higher. They don't have to flush down. They can just chop around, and if they want to come down, they can come down in a choppy way. If you take a look at IONQ, which is breaking out today too, I mean, it will make it difficult for shorts. Look what it did last time when it rallied from 8 to 50. Even after NVIDIA CEO saying that yeah, quantum is not happening for the next 15 years and flushing back down, recovering, it took some time and even overall market flushing for these stocks to come down. So yeah, these will present opportunity to the downside, but as long as they just go melt higher slowly, yeah, I'm not touching these. You can see how it pulls back. It's not really, I mean, it's pretty hectic for me personally to trade like something like this, because on a daily it's a stair step down, kills my premium. If I'm like, let's say I own shorter dated puts, even if I own longer dated puts, I could have just maybe overpaid. I mean, these are super expensive right now. If you take a look at Rigetti option chain, let's just go quickly through RGTI. Over 150% premium. If you take a look at IONQ, same thing, over 100%, 150, crazy implied volatility. Same thing, QBTS, 170% implied volatility, 148% for October 17th. So yeah, don't fight it if you're trying to short. Again, I'm not telling you to buy or sell the stock. I don't have a position. I'm just watching these names from sidelines to see, I mean, if these are going to accelerate more, trapping the shorts and then flush down, or they will just keep rising higher. So keep an eye on these, again, conferences. There's going to be tomorrow in Germany, quantum effects. I don't know if any of these companies are going to present there, or if there are any speakers from the US. But keep an eye on that one. Nvidia also has one October 28th. So up until then, yeah, careful trying to short these names, okay? Buying puts. I mean, you're going to waste money, just like I did last 2 trades that I took last week, trying to think that these stocks were topping out and probably roll over, which did not happen. All of them are making brand new highs. So yeah, I don't want to pretty much burn cash just because, I mean, these companies don't make profit, or these companies pretty much blank stock companies. I mean, I don't want to bet on that theory alone. I care about the price action. So if price action shows me that it's going lower and it starts making lower highs, sure, I can pretty much hop on to easier trades than it is right now. So I have talked about the QBTS back when it was sitting around these levels. Ever since I haven't talked about this one, look what it did. It burned so much premium on anybody who was trying to short it, and then broke out, pulled back, pushing higher again. So, but again, yeah, these are getting stretched from their 50-day moving average. But another indicator would be 5-day simple moving average. When these stocks trade below their 5-day SMA, so far for QBTS, it's 29.50. For Rigetti, it's probably a bit lower as well, much lower, could be 35. When these stocks trade below the 5-day moving average, that's when I will know that, yeah, trend probably shifting, and I could be pretty much, it would be easier to short the pops. Something like happened right there, where every pop was getting sold, and that trapped a lot of people, including me. But again, with options, my risk was limited, and I pretty much got out with manageable loss. So that's the update for quantum names. That's my take. That's the video. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, subscribe. See you in the next one. Take care. Peace.